All right, let's get into it. Day 5 is in the books of the NBA Summer League, and let's talk about it. Thanks for joining me today. Before we get in the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, and enjoy. Feel free to enter if you're joining on the live stream. Feel free to throw your comments in there, and let's just get right into this night of Summer League basketball. Let's start off with the Spurs. Trey Jones. How about him? He had been playing pretty solid for the Spurs recently. I didn't really mention him in any other videos, but he had been playing pretty okay, but he just wasn't doing anything like earth-shattering, so I didn't mention him. But today goes completely off. 34 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Got to the free throw line. Had 7 turnovers, but I mean, when you're scoring and doing everything at such a high rate like he was, I can maybe look past the turnovers a little bit. In that same game, with the San Antonio Spurs and the Charlotte Hornets, the Hornets on their side had James Bouknight play very good as well. 23 points for him and 8 assists, which is the most impressive thing that I thought, that I saw from Bouknight. Bouknight was able to have 8 assists, and here's the best part: 0 turnovers. If Bouknight can be that kind of a guy, he doesn't need to average 8 assists, right? Like, LaMelo is going to be the guy on the team that is going to be the assist dude. But if Bouknight can just rotate the ball when he needs to and not get super glued with the basketball all the time, I think he has a place in the league. And he's more than just the scorer that I personally think he will be in the NBA. But I'd like to see these performances, and this is a great one by him. And Bouknight gets the honorable thumbnail today. Look, how impactful is Kai Jones? I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I believe, in fact, let's take a quick look here. Yeah, Kai Jones just wasn't, 10 rebounds, 10 points, 5 rebounds, no blocks, had a couple of turnovers, 3 fouls, nothing in 30 minutes, but not as much, or not as dead of a stat sheet as somebody will get into in another game. But I just wonder what Kai Jones does. I mean, he had another great dunk today, which is awesome. But look, we need these dudes who are picked in the top 20 to be guys that can actually produce in the NBA. So I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see with Kai Jones, because I just roller coaster of emotions with him. I just don't know what to think of him too much. LiAngelo Ball, a concerning thing for those Ball family lovers is that LiAngelo just plays just lower minutes again. He hit the crazy shot at with 0.6 seconds left, and he played pretty solid. But the biggest thing is that he's just losing time now. And does this mean that the Hornets are kind of looking elsewhere and wanting to see other prospects? Does it annoy people that LiAngelo has a whole crowd of people there to watch him at the Summer League? And so is that a little bit too much for the team to be able to handle, I guess? I don't know. So we'll see. But his minutes have gone down, and I actually think he's played pretty okay in his minutes. Now, good enough to make an NBA team and be a part of an NBA rotation? Probably not. But look, he's losing minutes. Kind of an interesting thing, an interesting development here in Summer League for the Hornets. Okay, let's go down to the Bulls and the Timberwolves. We're going to do that Suns game last. Chicago, Patrick Williams kind of falls back to earth a little bit. His plus minus was absolutely terrible. Now again, you look at the score, it's 59-78. So I can't blame this all on Patrick Williams, but he plays as solid as he can. 18 and 10, pretty good day for him. He's the 5th option on that Bulls team, so it doesn't really matter. Jalen McDaniels for Minnesota, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks for him. He played very solid. Happy to see McDaniels. I think he's a dude that should break the rotation, be a solid contributor for the Timberwolves this upcoming season. And he's one dude that I think everybody in the NBA needs. He has length, a little bit of size, and shows versatility. I know he only had 1 assist today, but I believe he's someone who's a good enough passer in the league. So I think McDaniels is a dude to get excited for if you're a Timberwolves fan. Next game, let's go to the Washington Wizards and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, let's start with the Nets because it's really just Cam Thomas that I wanted to talk about. 31 points, and this is the second game where he's consistently getting to the free throw line. In this game, he got to the free throw line 10 times, made 9 of them. Awesome. Again, if you can dominate and be able to manipulate your scoring to be able to get to the free throw line a lot more, you can see time in the NBA. You can see a rotation, and this guy could be a dude that we see in Brooklyn down the road when this regular season comes around, or maybe if Harden or Kyrie have any type of injury or rest. He's a guy who can come in and at least provide some offense, at the very least, right? Love seeing that. Thomas is, I think, as long as he's got like an established role there in Brooklyn to just come in and score in the few minutes that he probably gets in the regular season, then awesome, then go for it. But if anyone was like thinking he was going to be like a lottery pick, just don't see that upside with him. Okay, Washington. This is my big loser of the day. Holy crap. Corey Kispert continues to just disappoint. I watched the last 6 minutes of this game, and in that 6 minutes, he got a steal, which was good. But then he also just was really, really bad. He just looked like the worst athlete on the court. He looked like he was getting pushed around. In fact, he did get pushed around on a defensive possession where a guy totally moves him out of the way and draws a foul. And Kispert just struggled. Like he missed a shot really, really short, and then on another possession right afterwards, what happened with that? Oh, he got blocked, and so it just looks like guys are flying all around him, and he doesn't have that athleticism to be able to keep up, which is just so interesting. He should have. Can you imagine if Corey Kispert stayed at Gonzaga? Man, they would be the biggest favorite of winning the national championship next year in the history, I think, of college basketball. No, maybe not that much, but crazy stuff if he would have stayed at Gonzaga. Again, I just don't know. Is it just JJ Redick? Is he just JJ Redick and that you hope he might get defense and understand? Because he doesn't have the height. I don't believe he has the height of like a Duncan Robinson. And he's just kind of a 3-point shooter, and that's it. So I really worry about Corey Kispert in that regard. He had a really bad day. Look at this line. The guy goes, he is 1 for 8 from 3. Okay, got 1 rebound, 1 assist, and struggles from the field. And here's the crazy thing. So he got 1 3-pointer, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and he played 35 minutes. In an overtime game in Summer League, the game goes for 2 minutes longer. 2 minutes. And so this guy played 35 out of the 42 minutes. He only got 1 rebound. He only got 1 assist. Like, how impactful is this guy at all? So I know I'm hating a little bit on Kispert, but man, pretty bad stuff right there. Let's go to our other thumbnail guy over with Chris Duarte. Let's talk about the Indiana Pacers and the Portland Trailblazers. In fact, let's just talk about one team because I don't really care about Portland. I don't care that they play for Reed and Moutier and Beasley like less than 20 minutes and expect for anybody to really think that that's a good amount of time to evaluate guys. Indiana had Chris Duarte, 19 points, 6 assists. You always like to see that. But the cool thing about Duarte and his versatility was 4 steals and 4 blocks for Chris Duarte. Absolutely insane. If this guy can play defense, if he can be that kind of a good guard in the league, man, he's got a place. And Duarte was a guy that I kind of was like, I didn't want to be too high on him ever. I don't know if I would have considered him a lottery pick, but he definitely is like one of the first guys out of the lottery, in my opinion. He gets in. I don't think it's a horrible pick by the Pacers, but hey, he showed up today and he played pretty solid, and he's been playing pretty solid in the summer league as well. So good stuff there for the Pacers and Chris Duarte. Let's go down to Orlando and Boston. Man, this game was like supposed to be the game of the day. Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner versus these young, hungry Celtics guys that were just playing playing just crazy, especially with Peyton Pritchard and Aaron Nesmith. But then it turns into a blowout. As you can see, halftime score was 31-50, and the Magic basically pulled their guys out and said, okay, we're not going to play you guys a whole lot. So nothing really to say about Suggs. I mean, he looked okay, but like just you don't have enough of a sample size to go off of. Boston with Peyton Pritchard. Again, man, one of the MVPs of the freaking Summer League has been Peyton Pritchard. 17 points, 9 assists, 3 steals. He hit 4 threes. Just a great day from Pritchard. He continues to be a guy that I feel like I watch him and I'm kind of just like, this guy is like at least TJ McConnell. And I think he's got a good future in the league if he can be a good solid guard. That is a reserve off the bench. Aaron Nesmith is the next guy. Aaron Nesmith is 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Pretty solid day for him. I think him and Pritchard are probably the two guys that, the Celtics team has. They bring in a couple new guys with, obviously they lose Thompson, they lose Kemba, they lose Fournier, but like they bring in Horford, they bring in Josh Richardson, they bring in Dennis Schroeder. And so how much time is, Pritchard or Nesmith going to be able to make on this team? You would think that with the Boston trading for Richardson, maybe he takes a little priority over Nesmith. I don't know that for sure. I think Nesmith definitely provides you a long-term potential and maybe a long-term, better return on the investment that they spent on Nesmith. But we'll see. Boston's an interesting team that I personally like. And we'll see how they do in the upcoming season. So that's it for the Orlando Magic Boston Celtics Summer League game. Next one up on the docket here is the Houston Rockets and the Toronto Raptors. Alperen Sengun struggles a little bit, but that's okay. He had played 2 solid games beforehand. Houston loses their first Summer League game, and they lose their star guard, Jalen Green. Only played a few minutes, had a similar issue as Josh Giddey. This might be conditioning, I feel like if guys haven't played at such a high intensity level within like the last few months, like they're just gonna maybe have they're not gonna be in the best shape, right? So maybe that happens with Giddey a little bit, maybe that happens with Green here. I'm not worried about it. Green had shown in 2 games already that he was a dude that is ready, I feel like, to just go into the league. It's sad that we're not going to be able to see more Jalen Green highlights in the Summer League, but I feel like it's better to have him ready for the regular season, and the Rockets can then therefore kind of use Josh Christopher as a primary kind of playmaking guy for this Summer League team and move forward from there. So Josh Christopher, as you can see on screen, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Pretty solid day for him, and pretty good there. Toronto, Precious Achiuwa, 19 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 3-pointers. Pretty solid day for Precious, and just, man, I think this is a dude who, I'm trying to think of the Raptors big man rotation. I feel like he's going to break it. If he doesn't start off the season as a backup, he could very well start. I mean, who else do they have there? Birch and Boucher? Maybe Achiuwa can play like the 4. I don't know exactly, but I think he's got to get minutes. I think he's got a good ceiling in the NBA. Scotty Barnes is next. 8 points. So not super great from Barnes. However, he did get 5 blocks. So his defense is still really good. And I think Barnes comes into the league and is a dude who is probably going to be one of the better defenders, especially one of the better younger defenders. Like, I think I would take Barnes over Okoro. I take Barnes over, like any of these young defenders. So, and by young, I mean like within the last 2 or 3 seasons. So yeah, Barnes comes in, 5 blocks, pretty solid for him. I just want, again, you really want to see more from the offensive side from Barnes, but he is a smart player. I think he's good, and I think he is, going to contribute a little bit for the Raptors this year. 76ers, Atlanta Hawks, Tyrese Maxey, 31, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. How about that for that guy? Super good. He was 1 of 8 from 3, but he still dropped 31 points, which is really, really solid. And I just think Maxey, again, dude who got rotational minutes with the 76ers, good stuff from him. And I think, Philadelphia has some young guards in the wings. Springer is one of those guys, but he didn't play that great today. And then Maxey, who I think is just a guy who will grow into this kind of point guard of the future in a way for the Sixers. Maybe not the highest of ceilings, but again, a solid contributor for the 76ers. Isaiah Joe and Paul Reed were really solid today as well for Philadelphia, and they beat the Atlanta Hawks. And on Atlanta's side, Sharif Cooper and Jalen Johnson are really the highlights of this team. So Cooper gets 21 points, 12 assists. He does have a lot of turnovers, which is concerning still, but you're kind of okay with it a little bit, but something that he needs to mature at. I think at halftime he was interviewed, and he knows that he's having turnovers. He's got to fix them, but obviously saying it is easier said than actually doing it. So we'll see what Cooper does the rest of Summer League and go from there. Also shot 0 for 4 from 3. You really just wish that Cooper could hit more. His 3-point shot at least consistently. Jalen Johnson, 13-11. Another solid performance from Jalen Johnson. No turnovers at all. He also, again, isn't really providing much on defense, but he can provide and be a dude on offense that can help out a team. I'm just happy to see that he didn't have any turnovers, because he was struggling with turnovers in his first couple games of Summer League. So for him to get 0 is huge. All right, last game of the night, the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets. Jalen Smith, 24-11. This is the Jalen Smith or 21-11, excuse me. This is the Jalen Smith that we all wanted to see. A dude who can be able to hit threes. He hit 4 threes today, and a guy who's going to be able to rebound and just be versatile and be that kind of a stretch new age forward that can again play defense and shoot the 3 as well. So Jalen Smith played really solid. It was his first good game, I feel like, of the Summer League so far. I think he's got a lot of potential. Now, whether he breaks the Suns' rotation or not is a whole different other question. We'll see. I doubt it's going to happen. I think the Suns are fine with what they are, and they added some pieces and some players this last offseason, so we'll see what happens. I don't know how much time Jalen Smith gets there. In fact, there was a rumor that said the Suns could potentially try to move off of him to potentially get another, whether it be pick or another veteran, who knows. But Jalen Smith, is he performing to be moved, or I don't know. Denver, let's finish with Denver. Nishan Highland, pretty solid, 15 points, 4 3-pointers made, just okay. I kind of want to see a little bit more from Bones Highland, but not going to really kill him too much there. Bobo, again, great. Another winner, I think, of the Summer League so far. 18 points, 3 blocks, and hit a couple of threes. I think he hit 3. So Bobo is just a monster, and I think he deserves to be playing more in the NBA. But that will do it. That is the last game of the day, with the Phoenix Suns beating the Denver Nuggets. Tomorrow, let's just double check here. Timberwolves Bucks, Heat Jazz, Pelicans Cavaliers, Warriors Thunder, Knicks Pistons, Grizzlies Kings, Battle of LA, Clippers Lakers, and that will be tomorrow's lineup. Thanks for watching the video. Again, if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and all that other fun stuff. And we'll be doing this for the rest of Summer League. And other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.